Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your experiences in the comments below. All right, so we are still going through our loop numbers, numbers that are identical on the outside but have a zero in the middle. Right, so that's our middle number. Let's choose a random number to do today. This one, we got 2. Let's pick another 2 in here. So we have 202, right? I was actually thinking about this number, but I'm like, I'll pull random cards, but it is a number that came out, so let's hit it. So 202 comes to the number 4. 4 is about foundation. 4 is kind of like the word standard is coming to mind. So there is something about the standard. Both of these 2s being in reverse is giving this energy that you may be refusing to accept the standard, or you are accepting some kind of standard that isn't correct. Either way, there's something that needs to change. Like there's something that's been happening, and then there's a change that needs to be made in order to set a solid foundation for yourself. So we have 2 in reverse here. Refuse to make a choice, closed, spiritually, imbalanced, and one-dimensional. And then upright 2, I have spirit, connection, choice, balance, duality, and union. Okay. Right. So something is being prevented from coming together because you're attached to something else. So this is the classic, your hands are full, so spirit can't give you anything else because you're holding on so tightly to the things that you already have. And it's kind of like bringing you out of alignment, right? So I don't know why I'm bringing this up as an example, but it's kind of like when people talk about like saving someone who's drowning. Like if they're flailing around and they're doing all of this, they're going to take you down with them. So it's kind of like that energy trying to save somebody who kind of does not want to be saved. They're going to have to make that decision for themselves that they want to save themselves, or it may be something that you are attached to, a job or person or whatever the case may be, that's really too heavy for you. You guys may have, I get this vibe of like taking on too many bills. I'm getting car note for some of you guys. Like that's very, very specific though. But I am getting that somebody's car note is just too much. And instead of you guys trying to figure it out every month, you need to give the car up. You need to just walk away from that completely. It's not taking you to the right place. So when I talked about loop numbers earlier this year, I've been looking for that meme all day today. I talked about how it's kind of like being stuck in the cycle. Like something is going wrong and you're not picking up the hint, right? I'm getting like the energy of some kind of wayward journey, right? And so that's why it's like, okay, you started here, and even though spirit is involved, you still ended up back at the right place. And with these numbers being in reverse here, especially the 0, I do get the energy that this is a hard block. This is going to be like, this isn't going to be like, oh, like a detour. It's going to be like a brick wall. That's the energy that I'm getting. I also get the energy that there's not enough feminine energy involved in this situation. So, especially with the 4 being here, you may be very focused on something that is very physical, something that is very 3D. You need to focus on flow, love, vulnerability, and your connection to spirit. All right, so let's pick some trinkets here. Ooh, got the Eiffel Tower. All right. And we got a skull. Okay, with some hearts. Spirit said we are doing it as lovingly as we can. All right, I really do like this one, even though it's standing up. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see it. It's cute. It's standing up just for me. All right, so here we have the key here. Um, The key to me normally represents secret, so I am gonna say that. But I'm also getting like hidden knowledge, and I get the energy that you have the key. So even though there is a literal block up right now, because there's a brick wall, spirit is literally stopping you from doing something. So that example I said with the car note, you may have been struggling to make that car note because spirit doesn't want you to make it anymore. Spirit said that they have something better for you and you need to release that and let it go. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same old thing, same old song, doing the same old thing, right? Um, I'm getting like misjudged and misinterpreted with this one. I get that sometimes when we like Paris, because I'm almost like 90% sure the Eiffel Tower is in Paris, right? But anyway, like Paris, right? We think of this as like the most romantic city in the world. People talk about it, and then on the other side of that, people talk about how it's really a polluted place. Listen, I don't know. I ain't never been to Paris, but what I'm saying is that you have to accept the good with the bad. It's like yin yang, right? Nothing is going to be perfect. And until you reset your expectations, that sometimes you may have to take a detour or make a U turn on your journey so that you can take a better pathway or take a safer pathway. Until you understand that, spirit is going to block you from the way you're going because it really just feels like you're refusing to head in a different direction. Again, with the four, I do feel like this is something very physical, something very foundational, right? So we have the two here in reverse with the little skull, got the hearts on the eyes. That's why I said like spirit is like I love you. I am getting this energy though of the angel of death. I feel like you guys have lost someone quite recently. That's what I'm getting. Like you've recently lost someone and it's been hard. I feel like you guys are holding on to a lot, and your ancestors need you to know that everything's okay. I'm just gonna sum it up because I feel like I'm hearing so much shit right now, but your ancestors are saying that it's okay. We get things confused, right? When we are here on this earth and we love somebody that passes away, and maybe we weren't on the best terms with them when they passed away, or maybe you feel like you did something wrong to them and they're not going to forgive you. And the truth is that they already have, right? They don't care. There's so many things when we're here, it matters, but when we're off this earth, we don't care about, because at the end of the day, what matters is the legacy, right? And since we are attached to our ancestors, when they have to come back and do this again, they want to make sure some shit is straightened up. So I do feel that you are um, kind of like the predecessor of like big things to come. Like you are to set off this chain reaction of goodness and kind of like balance and love in your life, right? But I do feel like you guys have some kind of curse over your family. The word malevolent is coming to mind. And so I think that because of this dark energy, which I'm just going to say, most of us have demons in our family. I haven't met one person yet that hasn't. But because that's what our family curses is like kind of stroking the egos of these demons or this dark energy or the dark spirits, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I don't really care. It's really, really dark energy though. And it's very negative. Negative is malevolent energy. and it is running rampant through your family, and your ancestors are like, okay, this needs to stop, like right now. You see this two spiritual connection and closed spiritually, refusing to make a choice. You have the key, but you have to open up your mind. You have to open up your heart. Spirit is like, you need to make sure that you are having patience, because when you're going the wrong way, right now, you have so many people that are looking over your shoulder. If you're headed the wrong way, they have to stop you. Like at this point, it's down to like it's critical basically. So they're gonna do whatever they can to keep you from going forward if you're headed in the wrong direction. So I really hope that helps. I'm gonna pull 3 runes. I know this is noisy. Okay, so we got Urus, right? Urus is about strength. I almost get this strength, courage, right? I almost get this attitude of like a dominance. I feel like you need to take control of your life. Stop fearing what is unknown. Accept that you are spiritually gifted, because I am receiving that heavy. That you are definitely, absolutely spiritually gifted. You are connected to the other side, right? Um, so I'm just gonna like all 3 of these rooms right now, right? Before I go any further, the runes are broken up into 3 categories. All 3 of these runes fall into the first category, which is defined by the physical world, physical possessions, the state of kind of like where you are in the physical world. And so to me, this is absolutely alarming, especially combined with the twos on here, which is a very dominant spiritual number. So I really feel like you guys have been distracted. um, you can work on one curse and to break it and then create another one, especially when it comes to money, right? Because sure, and I know people hate to hear this, but sure, being poor could be a curse, right? But you don't want to do anything you can to get out of that situation, because you may create a new curse, like, you know, jail time if you're scamming or stealing or like selling things that you shouldn't be selling. That's a curse you can pass down to your family as well. So it is something that I just want you guys to be very aware of. Don't get so caught up in this physical world that you lose yourself and you lose what you're supposed to be doing, right? So we have third Saz right now, um, which honestly, third Saz is also about strength. And so, what I'm getting heavy here is strength and courage, strength and courage, strength and courage. Like you have everything you need, and you guys need to learn how to believe in yourself again, and also come to terms with there being something more in the world than just the physical things that you can touch, and take it seriously. Because right now, your ancestors need you to make the right decision, right? So we have Kanaz. It kind of landed like this, but for the most part is, you know, yeah, anyway. I'll take it in the correct way, the upright position, which is about truth and enlightenment and secrets coming out. And what I'm really reading from this, appearing here right now, is that once you start to open up your mind and open up spiritually, you will be guided to more gifts and more energy, more messages from your ancestors and your guides that are on the other side. All right, so we're gonna pull some playing cards for angel number 202, spirit number 202. All right. get one more. So we got Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Sorry. Ooh, then we got the Eight of Swords. Definitely coming up upright. Okay. So the Eight of Swords, let me just tell you guys, Eight of Swords is a card about being trapped, whereas the Five of Swords is a card about grief. And the Two of Pentacles is juggling. This energy is so heavy, and it is definitely 100% fact. Like 202 are all of the loop numbers are showing me that if you're seeing these numbers, you're headed in the wrong direction. Whether you've been seeing it over and over and over and over again for months, or whether you've just been seeing it today, or whatever the case may be, you're headed in the wrong direction. And I get this energy, right, with the Two of Pentacles, juggling grief and juggling being stuck, right? So you guys have dealt with a heavy loss. I believe that I said that again before. I don't know. Five of Swords is not grief. Five of Swords, Five of Swords is winning at all costs. Five of Swords upright is winning at all costs. So that I still get the vibe of grief, which is why I think I read it like that. But the winning at all costs, I feel like a lot of people take this card like negative, but it really makes me feel like you guys need to learn how to take your power back, right? Put the power back in your hands. Either you're going to take this power back or you're going to feel trapped, right? And there's no power in being trapped. And one thing about the Eight of Swords, because it is a sword, it represents your mind and how you feel inside. So it's like 100% your doing. So I definitely want you guys to be really careful with that. There's no, anytime you feel trapped, you need to change directions, change your journey, rethink how you're thinking, right? Change something. Like something needs to change because you can't go around feeling trapped. And you guys have to know that you are strong enough to release these things. So final message for those seeing 202. All I know is these cards are great. Okay, so we got 4 cards. We got the Five of Pentacles. All right, so 5 is showing its little face today. So we have Shango, Oshumare, Fairies and Sylphs, and the 5 of Earth. So Shango is the Justice card in the regular deck. One thing about Shango though, just like literally ignoring what it's compared to, Shango is a warrior, right? He's not gonna like back down. He's gonna do he's gonna do the things that he needs to do. Um, and one thing that I like about the Five of Pentacles in this deck is that it really represents, okay, now it's time for you to face the fire, right? Falling under Kanaz, which is literally the torch. Now it's time for you to face the fire. There's nowhere else to go. You have to do this for yourself, right? This card, Fairies and Sylphs, is about being mature. And it's kind of like having that line between being like practical and being a dreamer. So you want to make your dreams come true in a very practical way. So what I'm getting is that if something is impractical, if you're really having a hard time dealing with something, you guys need to go ahead and walk away from it. So from what I can see from these 4 cards, you guys definitely need to recognize the warrior within yourself. Stand strong to the things that you already know. And like it's almost like who you are. Stand strong in who you are, right? You already know who you are. You already know what you've been through. And that you have struggled with some things. And I feel like you guys, it's time to just face this head on, face this grief head on, and allow yourself to do some healing so that you can move on. All right. So that's all I have for 202. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and I will see you next time.